And this is the lady that we have in studio today. So I'm just going to read briefly about her, but she's going to do most of the talking from now on. The next voice you're going to hear is not going to be mine. She's going to take over this show because we just want to find out more about her. So our guest today was recently crowned on Saturday to be our new Miss Universe Zimbabwe, and she'll be competing in El Salvador, I think it's in Brazil. It is, right? Where is it? Where's it's Salvador? South America. I was close. You know, because we're always doing crazy things here, traveling around the world, finding those crazy stories. So, you know what? I was there. Brazil, South America, Congo. Right, so we've got Brooke Jackson. She's a beauty therapist, a model, and beauty queen now. She joined Aesthetic Solutions Zimbabwe as a beauty therapist. She was crowned Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2023 on September 16, 2023. On November 18, 2023, she will represent Zimbabwe at the Miss Universe stage in El Salvador. After a 22 hiatus, Zimbabwe was not competing, guys. Gore in, gore out. My countries that you win at Tora Crown, and you know all the other countries were represented, and Zimbabwe wasn't there. A lady named Tendai Wunda, who is the director of Miss Universe Zimbabwe, says, "No, man, we're going to bring this back." And man, did she bring it back! So Brooke did not come alone in studio. She brought the ladies who are accompanying her. The lady who was crowned first princess, who is Nokutenda Marumbwa. That's it. I get that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Nokutenda Marumbwa. Let's not be doing this. And the lady who was crowned as second princess, Amanda Mpofu. Simple, straightforward. Amanda Nokutenda, thank you for accompanying your queen.
It's a pleasure.
I like that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting Brooke, Miss Universe 2023. And the crowd goes wild. Hey, Brooke.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a privilege being here in front of you today and getting a chance to be live and talk to our country. Hi everybody.
Oh my gosh, you sound so excited. I love that for you. Oh my gosh. It's like, but
I wish they could see my facial reactions, because that will also describe my...
we are live on Facebook.
Cool.
We're live on our Capitalk Facebook.
Hi guys.
So when I mentioned that you were a guest yesterday, they were all like, "Oh, so the Murungu is coming to the radio." And I'm like, right, there we go. Let's just get into it.
Let's bring the Murungu.
Yes. So you've been modeling, but not like pageantry.
No.
Is there a difference between the kind of modeling you were doing and pageantry? Is it modeling only?
So I was doing high-end model and commercial modeling, which is very different to pageantry.
Right.
Pageantry is more embracing who you are, accepting who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
The high-end modeling is quite intense. They try and make you feel that you're not good enough. But the world is also changing, so that used to be the olden days.
Okay.
But when I was there, I did get knocked down several times. But it was just the industry, and I accepted it because I was like, well, if they don't like me for who I am, then there's something else out there that people are going to accept me for who I am. And this is obviously what it is. Like pageantry, I believe, is for me because firstly, it's an honor and privilege to be able to represent the country, first of all. And second of all, I can just be me, which finally makes me feel that I'm allowed, and I'm allowed to be me, which is probably the best feeling ever.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So you spoke about high-end modeling. Is this more like your top model, supermodel type, where you have to have like a certain bone structure and certain facial features and all of that?
Yeah, so I traveled a bit for it. I actually did London Fashion Week, the scouting sector, that was my first ever real job, and it was crazy. I didn't know what to expect.
And I was like, yeah, the girl is traveling. Okay.
I didn't know what to expect, but I just went in there open-minded. I prefer going into something without knowing what to expect, just going not knowing, because I think once you start thinking and overthinking, it will make you just overthink it.
Yes.
So I think going in open-minded without having an idea makes it better, because then you don't have to think about the whole process and what is going to happen.
True story. What has been the worst experience with your high-end modeling?
I was in Turkey in last year, February, and they told me that I wasn't booking enough jobs because my hips were too big.
Your what?
Yeah. And anyway, at that point, I was like,
I was about to be like,
not real.
Eat something. I wanted to feed you sadza and something.
And
like
I eat a lot of sadza, nyama, and muriwo is my favorite food in the world. But it obviously doesn't show.
It's not, but in Turkey, they were like, no, girl, your hips too big, too big hips.
Big. So I think for me, that was my breaking point.
No, Tinder's like, there's no way. It's like, there's no way.
Yeah, that was definitely my breaking point where I was like, I want to sort of step back from the high-end commercial modeling industry. Because I was like, this is not...
And I'm sure in the high-end, commercial modeling industry, there's lots of surgery things that happen. And
like on their faces.
Yes, on their faces and on the bodies. Did you ever feel the pressure to do that after they told you your hips are too big? Did you ever feel like, okay, let me slim down?
No, not at all.
Go and get some flesh cut off?
No. I was like, let me eat more sweets.
Okay, like, yeah. I'll go thicker, thank you.
Yeah. No, I didn't let it get to me at all, because in that industry, you have to have thick skin. If you let it get to you, it's going to really knock you down.
True.
And then you're not going to make yourself happy. If I had stopped eating, or if I had stopped doing what I love to do, it wouldn't make me who I am. So I was trying to just block it all out and not let it get to me.
I like that. And what inspired entering Miss Universe Zimbabwe? Of all the things, I was listening to an interview. I think she was crowned Miss South Africa. What's her name? The name just skipped. Moody. Oh man, the name skipped.
Yeah.
But she was like a graduate and everything, and getting into the workforce.
Oh, wow.
But she wanted to do something more, and then she says, let me just enter Miss South Africa.
Yeah.
Not to win, she says, for exposure. And then she was crowned.
That's crazy.
Right? What's the story for you? Why Miss Universe?
My story is actually crazy. I was so I obviously know about Miss Universe Zimbabwe. I've seen it, but I think before being knocked down from my previous experience with modeling, it sort of was at the back of my head. I didn't want to really continue with it. And one day I was in my salon and a gentleman walked in, and he was asking me questions on my products and what we offer as treatments.
Okay.
And a few minutes into the conversation, he said to me, please can I have a piece of paper? So I passed him a piece of paper and he wrote on it and he gave it back to me and said, please answer this. And I said, why? Like, why must I answer this? And he was like, answer it. So I opened it and it said, what do you find most unique about Zimbabwe? And I said to him, please just tell me why I must answer it. He said, just answer it. So I said, the people. And he said, give me more. And I said, the unique aspect of Zimbabwe are the people in Zimbabwe. And then he said, give me more. And I was like, oh my gosh, the animals, like our beautiful animals that we have.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, amazing, please get a hold of this phone number to phone. Like, I was curious and super interested. So I ended up phoning her at the end of the day and I said, hi Tendai, like, this is Brooke. You have no idea who I am, but I've been told to get a hold of you. And she said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I got told that we have maybe found our Miss Universe Zimbabwe. This guy sees so much potential in you, and we would love for you if you would be interested in auditioning.
Way.
Yeah, so I just thought to myself, you know what? God put this man into the salon for a very big reason, and I think that reason shows today.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Absolutely. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
I love stories like that where you are like, okay, let me just do it.
Yeah.
And then you end up, getting
It's
a crown
crazy.
and a sash, and you're being interviewed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right. So let's look at Brooke's life as a child growing up. Where did Brooke grow up, and how did she grow up? You are like from a family of how many? Like,
So-
let's just get to know who Brooke is.
So I have two older sisters. They are 6 years and 5 years older than me, so I'm the baby of the family.
So you're 3 of 3.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I know. So living in a household of women, sorry to my dad. He must have hated but also loved every moment.
Protecting everyone.
Yeah, exactly. But my life in my childhood was full of so much joy and happiness and laughter. And honestly, one of my biggest memories from growing up is spending a lot of time with my gogo. Her name is Christina, and she basically brought me up. She is such an inspiration to me. She taught me our Shona culture, our Shona language. Yeah, I just remember like my whole childhood just being with her, looking after me on her back, me by her side, holding her hand, me eating with her, like I said, our favorite meal, sadza, nyama and muriwo, and just learning about the Shona culture. So that is what, like, my biggest memory, to be honest, of growing up.
Like your childhood. School, where did you go to school?
I went to Chisapiti, junior and senior
thank
school.
you for pronouncing it properly. I was just like, oh my gosh, we're going to get another twang here. What school do you go to? I go to Chisapiti. And you're like, it's Chisapiti. Thank you for pronouncing it properly. Thank you. And then tertiary, obviously you studied beauty therapy.
Yes.
Any particular reason why?
Not really, to be honest. I think because getting into the modeling industry, I just thought that they would work hand in hand.
Right.
And I also just love the whole aspect of beauty, like beauty treatments, making people feel more beautiful than they already are, and just letting them inspire them to embrace themselves. You don't have to do all these hectic treatments to make you look different. You can just embrace the way you look by what God has gifted you with. And you can just make yourself shine through that way.
All right. While we are on that aspect, there's lots of people who feel insecure about, certain parts about their body and about themselves. If they have a chance or a way or the means to change something about themselves, is that still an okay thing to do? Because it makes me feel better. So I'm going to go and change the shape of my nose.
Yeah. So I think if you are doing it for yourself, then it's okay. Like if you look in the mirror and you think, this is what I really want to change, this is what I really don't like about myself, then that's okay, because you want to do what makes you happy. But if you are doing it for other people, or you are feeling that other people don't accept you for who you are, then it's wrong. But again, I would just say, nobody is perfect. None of us are gifted with the perfect looks, the perfect body, the perfect hair, anything.
I mean, you were told your hips were too big.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we've got listeners on Facebook, or the watchers.
Yeah.
Listeners and those who are watching on Facebook. We've got Kevin Musonza. He says, yeah, ne. And then he also says, so Kevin is saying, come, you said you like, Kelvin is saying, you said you like the sadza.
Too much.
So come on over here, let me cook the sadza for you.
I'll be there.
Thank you.
And I'll also help you cook it.
Oh, can you?
Little bit.
Little bit.
Yeah. Just from watching over and doing what I can where I can. But it won't be as good as his.
I'm sure. Like, because you sound like, I'm not so sure, but can you, like, I think it is the last part that always gets everybody.
Yes.
Baby, it's just like,
yeah, that is the hardest.
Like, how
to get it the right consistency.
There, she knows her thing. She's like, the sadza has to be right. It has to be right. So this is you now. You were Miss Universe. I saw the shock on your face when we announced that you were the winner. Were you not expecting to win?
No, I think that in life, you're going to want something. And when you want something, you're going to work really hard towards it, and you're going to be optimistic about it. But in life, I believe that you always have to leave room for a little bit of disappointment. Because if you don't leave room for disappointment, you're just going to knock yourself down. So I did leave room for disappointment. And I think that shock face was also like an excitement face, but I didn't know how to put them together.
Yes.
But I did leave room for disappointment. And yeah, I'm honored.
The competition was quite stiff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at all this and I'm like, I wonder who it's going to be. How did you stay calm during the question and answer segment?
I was just breathing and praying, to be completely honest. I was just like, don't overthink it. Just speak straight from the heart. And don't recite things in your head. Just when you say the number, listen to it. And don't overthink it, because that's when you get lost in your own mind. And then you can't even answer the question and you've forgotten the question. So I was just breathing internally and just took it all in.
You did like a couple of wusa moments there, because you answered it so gracefully.
Yeah. And
there was one of the ladies right there. I think she spoke a second from last from you. I wanted to cry.
Shame.
I wanted to cry for her, and I was like, can't I nudge her to like say, please repeat the question or something,
But I do think that if you have struggled to understand the question, it's okay to ask again. Like you can just say, sorry, please can you rephrase the question, or can you please repeat it? Like it's not, some people do get lost in their heads, and that's okay. It's normal. We're human. We are going to sometimes overthink it and forget what they've asked. So it's okay to make mistakes as well.
All right, 0719100404. We have Brooke Jackson. Is that like a double barrel name? Brooke, and then
Brooke. So the Brooke Jackson is double barrel.
Oh, so the Brooke Jackson is double barrel, and your name is Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay,
my parents are crazy. I don't know why they called me Brooke.
Like Brooke. No, I almost said something. My words, wrong with
say it. Say it.
I really can't say it on air.
Okay, when we're done.
Yes, when we're done, I'll definitely. Amanda, let me pull you in 2 seconds. While we are on the whole aspect of the whole answering segment where you were asked questions. Your answer was crazy. The whole auditorium, like that whole place was screaming. We had to give them like a couple of seconds to calm down so that she can finish. You know.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. It's just something that I've always been thinking about. Say that I think we've been giving more attention to girl children more than boy children.
Okay.
And I feel like it's just time that we should cooperate and try to treat both parties the same way. Because boys are being left behind. And I think they are feeling it. So we should do something about that, and as quick as we can.
Yeah, well, I really hope you get the support that you are going to go out there and look for people to come and support that initiative, especially on bringing up the boy child in the proper manner, so that the boy children we are raising can be able to handle, women like Brooke, women like you, women like
women like us.
Yes. So that they can be able to handle it, because what we are seeing are men who don't know how to handle
masculinity.
Yes. Yes,
So
and be like, I'm a man and I'm okay seeing a woman expand, and it's okay for a woman to do better than me, and not hide behind him. It's supposed to be like that. So I was just like, that girl. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely amazing. So we've got Brooke and Amanda and Nokutenda. Nokutenda, I'm also going to call you quickly. While we are still just here, while still everyone is here, so you can just come through and lean into the mic there. Your look. Is this you? Is this the real you? Or were you onto something you were like, I'm going to show them?
This is actually the real me. Ever since I was in grade 1, I used to always have my hair cut. I actually started plaiting my hair in 2021, September, to 2022, September. So for just 1 year since I was grade 1, that's when I was just plaiting my hair, and I didn't feel really good in the hair. So I'm like, no, I'm just gonna cut my hair and embrace my natural hair and the haircut. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's a look.
Zozy.
It's Zozy, right? I heard some people saying, "Oh, this one is a Zozy wannabe," and I'm like, no. She is herself. So I quickly went through I quickly went through your Instagram after our little. I mistagged. There was a Nokutenda who took my pictures, and then I accidentally tagged her page. But the way she responded, she was so graceful. She reposted it, and I was like, "Oh, this girl is so sweet." So I go through her page, and I actually see like, short hair, short hair. Okay. And then the one time when you had like a weave in the picture, it wasn't even like a real picture. You were like so playful, and then the rest is like short hair. Okay, so this is who this girl is really. She really is like that.
Yeah.
What stood out for you on Saturday?
What stood out for me on Saturday was the girls. Like, I loved them so much. Everybody was on point, especially the dance. Oh my god, we were enjoying ourselves. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And the way we were motivating each other backstage, it was on point.
Was that real? Because we've got this misconception that with these beauty pageants, the girls involved in the pageantry don't get along.
Okay.
There's always like bickering and stuff like, oh, who does she think she is?
That's really
But
wrong.
I sense something totally. You're all helping.
Yeah.
You want lotion? Here's lotion.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
have shoes. Okay, here are shoes. They are too tight. Well, girl, hang in there.
It was just the love amongst us that was so great. Even during the boot camp, it was really amazing.
Such
We were
a
so
sisterhood
friendly
too.
to each other. We were having fun. We were laughing together. It was amazing. It was really amazing.
I think we built such a bond and such a sisterhood that
Yeah,
we will
we did.
never ever forget about each other ever. Yeah, like it was really nice. I also have always heard that pageants, the girls are nasty to each other, but this pageant, it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Comparing the high-end modeling and pageantry, the girls in pageantry were nicer?
So the girls in high-end modeling, they weren't ever nasty. I think the higher you get, the more nasty they get.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that I was at the highest. So where I was with kind and nice girls who were just themselves. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Noka, you can take your seat. Can have
you.
you standing the
Thank you
whole.
so much.
Amanda, thank you so much. Okay, we get back to our queen. We've got Brooke Jackson in studio. She was recently crowned Miss Universe Zimbabwe. Now, during your reign, I know you've got like a list of things that I want to do this, I want to do that. What are the two main things that you are passionate about that you were like, if I can have influence in these areas, I think we'll be good?
So I am very passionate about people. So I am going to serve our people wherever and whenever I can, and just be, an inspiration to them, even if it's not giving them anything at this moment, because obviously my donations and everything that I've got given is, firstly, it's everything towards El Salvador, because it's going to be a very expensive trip. So just getting to know people on an individual basis, learning about them, being just showing them that they are valued, appreciated and loved, and you can get all of those things just through talking to somebody. It doesn't have to be actual physical things and contributing to them. It can just be a conversation. Ask them what their name is, ask them what do they want to do in life, what are their dreams. And then obviously later on when I'm back, and I am going to do my best now before I go to start prepping for just getting some money together and fundraising for so I'm advocating for the formalization of the informal market. So that is just helping people with microfinance to conquer their dreams, expand their businesses, do what they want to do in life, because 65% of Zimbabweans, women, work in the informal sector. So it is a very big percentage that I
and
just want
it contributes like quite a huge percentage to the country's GDP.
Exactly.
So
and
if that can be formalized,
it will be amazing. Our economy
I
will.
hope you get the help you need.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man!
I've
You
got
just, you
so
just
many.
struck a nerve.
I've got so many ideas and projects that I obviously need to just work on, and then start doing it.
Awesome
Which
stuff.
I'm feeling honored and privileged to be a part of this and have this title. So thank you, everyone.
Brooke, we've got questions coming in for you here. 462 says, congratulations to our Miss Universe Zimbabwe. Can you please ask Brooke Jackson, can she cook any Zimbabwean dish? And if so, which one? This is Lloyd Matete in Avondale West. I think that whole mention of Sadza got people like, because even on Facebook, they were like, I know about Zamoto, and you're like, my stove. Why do we have to be doing all that? So can you cook any Zimbabwean dish?
So I can't cook it as good as probably other people, but I can do my best, which is my favorite meal in the world, sadza, nyama, and muriwo. So and I go straight for the ration.
Oh, okay.
Ration, not any proper stew or anything. I want the real deal. And
so get the sausage braaiing in the corner there.
No, not sausage. Ration.
Oh, ration. Yeah, not just. Please,
just beef ration.
Just beef ration. Okay. All right.
So yeah, but I will test my skills for you. I'll do a video for you guys.
I think we should do that. I think we should do that.
And you know what I think we should do?
Yeah.
Is we should cook it and take it to people on the roads.
And be like, taste.
and give it to
cooked
them.
for you.
Yes. That is another thing that's on my list
On
now.
your list.
Thank
Okay.
you for all the inspiration, guys.
I can see Noko and Amanda like, okay.
You guys are going to do it with me.
Yes.
We are going to
The other one will just fry the meat. This one will cook the sides.
Yeah.
We'll make sure
I don't know about the end bit though.
No, girl. Put in the muscle. You just need a little bit of elbow grease and you're good.
Okay, fine.
Yes, and you're
I'll
good.
do my best.
We saw a lot of posts. There was one particular page on Instagram that posted you, like, people were waiting to see who was going to be crowned, Miss Universe, as Zimbabwe, that is. And this particular page posts you, then the comment section went crazy. Some were like, yay, Brooke, you deserve it. And then one comment that everyone was just like shouting at this person, and I was like, okay, so this is an issue that needs to be addressed. So this person probably went onto your page and went through and scrolled, and then the comment was, she doesn't even have any black friends. And then the comment
I didn't
was,
even see this comment.
and then the comments underneath that were like, are you alright? Like, are you normal?
Yeah.
Like
I also want to say, you can definitely look through my Instagram stories.
Yeah.
There are definitely black people with me. Like, it's not.
But that's not the case.
That's not. Also,
It's not the
I
big
think
issue
people
here.
are judging me based on my color here.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm not feeling offended at all, because I can't.
At all?
I can't
Oh,
believe
girl,
that.
if I was in your shoes, I would be like,
No, I just can't believe that people are judging somebody based on the color of their skin. Like, how that does not define me. It does not define anybody. The color of the skin. Our country has diverse culture, color, and everything, and nobody ever should be defined by their color. It doesn't make me any difference. I am a purebred Zimbabwean.
Yeah.
I only have one passport, and it's a Zimbabwean passport. So I think I need to try and just inspire people to just be kind, in a world that we live in with so much hate and so much racism. This shouldn't, I'm not going to let it get to me, because it just doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make sense.
So,
Like,
so there's,
how
there's
is somebody,
no effect on you at all?
no, there really isn't. Like, honestly speaking, I am not
Please
offended.
just come and lay hands on me. Come like it. And
Like, I
impart
just
what
don't
you
understand
have.
how.
Because I would be catching
You know?
feelings, Brooke. I would be all up.
No, I'm
on
not. I
there.
really am not.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. So what's keeping you like positive about this thing? Because I know you were seeing the posts. I know you were seeing the comments. And are you like reading and going, Sorabo? Anyway, as I'm Miss Universe. Who are you?
No, so I did read a few of them on the first day, but I've just stopped reading them because, like I do say, it doesn't get to me. But if it's in my mind, it's in my mind.
You continue
thinking about it. But no, it's just not. It's not a thing to me. Honestly,
it's not a thing to you.
Really
that. No, you deserve a round of applause. Where are our applause?
Like,
where are our applause?
At
Where
the end
are
of the day,
applause?
I am a Zimbabwean, and I think we just need to respect each other and be kind to each other, no matter what backgrounds, cultures, color, anything. We are. So actually, I don't know if you saw my culture attire wear.
Girl.
So that did you get the description of it?
I didn't see all of it, but it was amazing.
So it was a zebra. Obviously, zebra have black and white lines, and it was a celebration of diversity. So just showing people that black and white lines align. They do not separate. We are a unity, and we are one. No matter what, we can still align. Nothing else can get in between us.
I'm not so sure if it was your mother, your sister, who came in with your whole ensemble.
Probably my mom or my sister.
And we were walking and looking back, and I'm thinking, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? So I wasn't sure whether it was part of the opening act or. And then when I saw you wear it, I'm like, the shoulders, the whole thing, the spear,
and the animal. Like, it just represents Zimbabwe in so many ways. One, showing that we accept each other. So I really want to see that happening. And the other, our beautiful animals in our country, a beautiful zebra. It just describes everything about Zimbabwe in one, that we are a diverse country, and we need to start just being kind.
Oh my goodness. 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, 5 minutes to 2 o'clock. Have you left work or you're still at work?
So I definitely my new roles in life have changed, and so this is going to be on the top of my list. Obviously to serve our country, to serve our nation, to prepare and train myself before I go to El Salvador, just to make sure that I represent us well in every way possible. So for the time being, I will be on national duty leave for about 2 months.
Okay.
But if I find in the day that I am free and not too busy, I will make sure that I go into work. And
will you?
Yeah, I need to still serve my clients, you know, like my standard clients. I can't just leave them on the ground.
You're Miss Universe.
I know. But I'm saying if I don't have anything, like if I have an hour and a day to spare, like I'm going to try and do my best to make my clients happy, because they want me and only me. I've literally had so many messages from them saying, Brooke, what are we gonna do? Like, we don't want anybody else but you. And I'm like, I'm gonna do my best.
Like, peace out.
But definitely my roles is focusing on this Miss Universe Zimbabwe.
Love it.
For the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have all your requirements ready? Is everything set out, or you still have a few things that you need to get sorted?
So first thing, visa. I'm actually really grateful and lucky that I was in the States in December last year.
So that helps.
And it's a year visa.
Look at that.
So thank God I'm okay, because there's no El Salvador visa place here. Like, you have to go to Joburg and do it.
Wow.
So that's fine, but I still need to get a visa to South America.
Right.
So we're still trying to figure out how we're gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that. And then your clothing, you've got all the local designers coming on board. And because you studied beauty therapy, do they? Well, I don't know how it works that side. Do they have like a makeup artist backstage, or the girls do their own makeup
At Miss Universe?
Yeah.
Definitely. I think you'll be assigned, like, you'll each get your own person.
And then on the every other day escapades or excursions that you get to, you'll be doing your own stuff.
Think so. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I do know that I will be in boot camp for about 1 or 2 weeks before.
How was boot camp here?
Amazing. Every single aspect of it was amazing. The training from Sir Hilary, shout out to Sir Hilary, he was insane. He pushed us to limits we didn't even know. We had late nights to early morning Zumbas.
Was this Zumba with Zorro?
Zorro, yeah.
Hey guys, how did you survive that?
He was amazing. He woke us up in the day. Like, I woke up every morning feeling tired, but after that Zumba, we all we all felt like awoken. So thanks to him, he got us through our days. And the amazing cuisines. We went to amazing restaurants, and thank you
for them.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you to everyone who sponsored us to eat amazing food, and just the friends we all made. Honestly, like I said, it's a bond that I personally will never ever forget with each of the girls. So it's nice to know that, like, we made a sisterhood in there.
I like that. Yeah. Normally on Dress Up we talk about clothing and a lot of other things, but mainly clothing. What's your go-to wardrobe? Like, if you could wear one outfit every day for the rest of your life, what outfit would it be?
Oh my gosh, I can't choose. So I'm also into fashion. So I sew my own dresses. Yeah, I've made a few that I've worn, but obviously with working in the beauty industry, I haven't had a lot of time to just make my whole wardrobe, which I would have loved to do.
Would you look at that?
Yeah. So I could never choose one outfit today. It has to be a diverse.
We shall call you back and have an answer the next time. Right, ladies and gentlemen, pulses, that was Brooke Jackson, Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2023. She was our guest today for Dress Up. We hardly spoke anything to do with Dress Up because we were addressing other issues. We wish you all the best, Brooke. It is at 2 o'clock. Stand by for the news.